Most of them very positive.
Most of them, yes.
Some of them, I don't know what people are thinking.
Some of them are weird.
Weird or mean or
something.
Yeah, anyway, but I guess that goes with the territory.
Hey everyone, welcome to our channel, Wander Forward. I'm Mary June.
And I'm Jake. We're a couple in our early 50s, retired early, and are planning to move to France.
1 year.
For 1 year. And see how it goes. We are sharing our story and our plans as we move forward. And we love getting feedback from you. We love sharing our story, and hopefully we'll be sharing this from France soon. We are less than a month away from our tickets. So in January of 2026, we depart the United States.
We have had a tremendous amount of comments, feedback from our last two videos regarding our application for our French visa. As you may have seen from our last videos, we were denied. As a matter of fact, today we just turned in our second set of paperwork. So it is our take 2 of our visa application, and we will keep you posted on how that turns out. However, today what we decided to do was basically just pay a little bit more attention to the questions that were brought up, talk about the concerns that were given, and suggestions that were brought to our attention, and also concerns that some people have expressed.
As a matter of fact, we've had a lot of comments. Most of them very positive.
Most of them, yes.
Some of them, I don't know what people are thinking.
Some of them are weird.
Weird or mean or
something.
Yeah, anyway, but I guess that goes with the territory.
Now you might wonder why I'm sitting up higher than Jake. That's because we are actually staying at our son's new apartment, and he is newly moved in, so he doesn't have furniture, so we are making do. So if we're a little off, you know, that's why.
So yeah, he just recently moved here, close to where they put in the application today in LA, so it worked out really well for us.
Yeah, it's funny. Last time that we were here in California, he was living in San Diego, and now he lives in Huntington Beach. So
yeah, all right. So what we decided today is we're going to actually go through some of these comments and answer them. People had questions, and we thought we'd just answer some and talk about them real time.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so here you go.
So I guess I'm in charge of the reading.
Yeah.
All right. This is from Pacific H2O.
No.
Sorry, I'm going on. This is from Edwina A. Morgan 5509. Can you mention the French language course details? Okay, so we had talked about when we get to France that we are going to be taking some French courses, the French language. So I think she wants to get more information on how that will work out. So
yeah, we did make an entire video about our French language learning journey and different apps and books and flashcards and everything that we're using, tutoring. And we really are looking forward to taking some immersion French courses. We purchased a 12-week course, and that's going to be 5 days a week.
Intensive.
And 4 hours a day, Monday, Friday, and like 6.5 or 5.5 on Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So a lot of French courses.
So our brains are going to be fried.
Yeah, and so KLF, it stands for Keep Learning French. We're starting in Montpellier. And they have a few sister schools around France that we hope to also attend, where I think we're going to be attending
Toulouse.
Toulouse, yeah, the school in Toulouse next. Although it's not KLF there, they actually recently combined with some other schools, and I'm not familiar with all that. Their website did change recently. We heard good feedback on the school, and we're really looking forward to learning.
All right, this one is next question. From Pacific H2O, thank you for sharing. You didn't mention specific dollar amounts for your pension. What would be helpful to know? Well, what would be helpful to know is whether your pension met the income requirement or not. As you know, it isn't a simple question on whether you think you can support yourselves. France specifies a dollar amount for income and or savings to meet the requirements for visa.
As far as I know, France does not specify a specific dollar amount. However, what has been said and what passes is that you have enough income to meet SMEEK for one person, which is their minimum wage. And SMEEK times about 1.5 for two people. I can tell you that the income that we presented was considerably more than that. I don't know, and I completely do not understand why they sent us the message saying that our income does not,
it wasn't
sufficient.
Yeah.
Did they move a decimal point in their math and screw it up? I have no clue. Just don't know. We provided that information again, and we'll go into a little more of what we provided. So we provided more.
All right. This is from, and please forgive me if I botch your name. This is from Sebi Doki 5080. French here. Next attempt will be the good one. Be sure of it. Thank you. See you soon in France. Where are you planning to live in France?
Which, first off, thank you for the positive comments.
Yes, thank you so much.
Those are so nice.
We really, really appreciate all the positive and uplifting comments. It has really helped us get out of that depression rut that we were in after we were denied. So thank you. And just continuously giving us these positive feedbacks and trying to think, oh, the outcome will be good. So we really appreciate that.
So we're planning to start in Montpellier and then Toulouse, maybe Bordeaux next. We really don't know after the first 4 months. We're going to be moving around a bit, and we'll just see how it goes. I don't know.
We've been doing a lot of talking as far as like what we foresee in the future. Currently it's really hard to dream a little further just because we've had this huge hump of a barricade of the denial. So, but we've been trying to talk about where we would like to live possibly. We really don't want to live anywhere where it's too busy. We were just talking about how we really love Southern California. We think that Southern California is great. The weather is excellent. You can find all kinds of food, just a variety of dishes from different parts of the world. So it's really neat. However, there's just a lot of people
Oh my
here.
gosh, there's so much traffic.
The traffic
it's
is
overwhelming.
insane.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something that we don't want to be a part of when we move to France, when we get there. However, we don't know how the life is living in a city center. The city center in France in some regions are different than what we know. And we've never really lived in the countryside. So we don't know how it's going to be. A lot of the YouTubers that we follow have spoken about living in the countryside, and it sounds wonderful. It sounds like the perfect, or nothing's perfect, close to perfect life, and something that I foresee that I would like to live like. However, we don't know. So we don't have a definite place that we're going to go. We're just going to see where the wind takes us and go from there. Next one. This is from Catherine 8789. I am thinking of doing the same thing, traveling to check out different areas. Are you using Airbnb for rentals?
Yes, we are using Airbnbs for rentals, at least for the first few months.
Now, yeah.
One benefit of Airbnb is if you do an entire month, you get a significant discount. Also, if you're going to be renting for more than 1 month, you only have to pay for the first month. And unlike in the past, they've started doing, if you cancel, you could cancel and get your money back. That's not our intent, but at least it's a possible option there if something comes up.
To be fair, we don't have our plans concrete. We are still kind of learning as we're going along. So, what we say today might be different tomorrow, but right now, as we're answering these questions, this is what we know. So we're sharing it with you.
But we do have reservations from when we arrive in the beginning of January all the way into May.
April. Oh,
May.
Okay.
May. Yeah.
May it is. Okay, next one. This is from LNS322. Hoping for all the best for you. We have consulted with that same lawyer in the past to get an idea of our options and will be circling back with him when we get closer to applying. Was school part of your original plan, or was that a more recent addition? If you don't mind sharing, one of my family members might go for that type of visa.
Okay, so when we had talked to our lawyer last week, we were planning on submitting we had a certificate from the school saying that we had accommodations, we were going to school, and they recommended that we pull that. Since we were applying for visitor visas, they didn't want there to be confusion that we might be applying for a student visa.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to be going for a student visa, I think that's, definitely a great way to go. Your visa is tied to the length of your school and not necessarily the 12 months. There's benefits and drawbacks to student visas and for visitor visas, but I think for your particular situation, definitely look into it and definitely talk to the lawyer about it.
One thing that I am aware of that is different, but I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is true, that with a long-term visa, if you plan to renew it within the year, upon approaching your year mark, you apply when you're in France to renew it. Whereas with the student visa, I believe you have to actually go back home and reapply again for another year to go back to school in France. Touching back on that question, I think there's one part that we didn't really answer, which is, was that part of the original plan? The answer is
yes. We've always been planning on getting as well versed in French as we can, because I don't think 12 weeks is going to, it's not going to make or break, and I think we'll probably be adding on more than 12 weeks. We paid for the 12 weeks because there was a pack that we could buy that had a significant discount, and we didn't want to do more than 12 weeks with one school just in case it wasn't a good fit, then we'd be out that money. So yes, we are definitely planning on learning French.
As we mentioned in a previous video, we find it really, really important to learn the language so that we may immerse ourselves with the community and, hopefully have better connections with people. This is from Zeitgeist888. Good for you guys to go after it again. I'm sure you will be successful. I am curious, what are you doing to document a pension? I also have a pension, so I have wondered how is the best way to document that. Is it primarily a letter from your pension provider, along with bank statements showing monthly pension deposits? I get COLA each year, so I assume that would be included in the letter along with that pension. With that, the pension is lifetime, X% to surviving spouse, and that it is government pension for French tax reasons. Did you include any other details in a pension letter or document differently? Best of luck for a smooth process this time. Thank you.
Okay, so
I'll let you answer that one.
Mine is a government pension, and I was able to go on, there's two separate websites that I went to, and I was able to get the letter. The keywords that they're looking for in those letters is that it's lifetime or permanent if it's a monthly pension. Sometimes you can get annuities. It could be for a certain number of months, so then that would define that. So they want to know how much you're getting per month and the length of time that you're going to be getting it. You mentioned COLA, which COLA is cost of living adjustment, I believe is what it stands for. And no, I think they understand that there's a cost of living adjustment, and the numbers go up if you're getting Social Security. There's a cost of living adjustment with that, and whoever applies, I think it's at that time, what is the monthly cost. They're not calculating what it would be some years down the road. So yes, you can always download those letters from wherever you're getting your pension. And I think, did you include any other details in a pension letter? No, the pension letters are form documents, and I don't, at least as far as I know, at least the ones that, for me, I wasn't able to make any changes. You just print the form letter that they have. Maybe there's a way to go in and call somebody and have some wording changed. Not sure. I guess it depends on who's providing your pension.
Okay, this one is from One Wheel 9961. We just got our visa. Congratulations. Question, why did you
Yay.
have to fly to California? And then they continued with, we drove 5 hours away each way, but the appointment office was timely and efficient. We were in and out early and quickly. They didn't want half the documents we brought, and we did only exactly the minimum of what they asked for. How crazy. Each office is different, but it all goes to the France Embassy in DC, right?
Yeah, so we we can choose to go to any TLS location that we want to go to.
Yeah, we considered Seattle because
I know,
we have
like,
family there.
if you're applying for the a visa to Italy in the United States, you have to go to the consulate that you're assigned to. And in Colorado, we would have to go to Chicago. I had looked this up before. But here, we can go to anyone. We live in Denver, and we live in between all of the offices in the United States. Draw a circle, and pretty much as far as you can go. We're about, I guess if you live in Hawaii, it'd be a farther flight back. But our son lives here in Southern California, so it works out really well for us to come here to California.
Yeah.
You all said, and
Does it all go to the France Embassy in DC? Yes,
yeah,
it does.
So you did the minimum. We did the minimum last time. Didn't work. Don't know. Even though yeah, it all does go to DC.
This is from Lawman212. Is there ever a reason to keep answers to visa questions short and to the point? You mentioned that perhaps a contributing reason was that they asked for checking account info, but you didn't give them the savings account info. Sounds logical to me, but maybe they're trying to get a picture of your overall assets. But it's strange they don't ask for that.
I 100% agree. If they want to see the whole picture, then we can show them the whole picture, which we did this time. I don't know why they didn't ask for the whole picture. I don't know. I think if we would have had an idea that we needed to provide much more than the minimums, or they didn't see something that I provided, I guess that's possible. They could have just skipped over something that I provided and didn't see it, and they didn't ask any questions, just denied.
Next, we've got Stephanie Lee 013. Best of luck on your next application. Thank you. My husband and I are going through a similar situation. Even though we have monthly income, essentially a pension, and other types of savings investments, they seem to want to see only checking and savings, so we were denied for a similar reason. I'm so sorry, that sucks. We're just now waiting for TLS to clear our application so we can submit a new one, but it's been about 2 weeks for us. How long did it take for TLS to clear your application so you were able to resubmit and schedule a new appointment? We received our results 2 weeks after our application, and it took us a little bit of time to process on what we should do next, and trying to weigh all the options. We spoke to a lawyer so that we knew exactly how we should move forward. We were just educating ourselves a little bit better. And so it took us I don't know exactly if there is a specific time when they cleared our application, but when we submitted to apply again, we were allowed. So we just...
Yeah, it was only, I think, it was less than a week we submitted to TLS, and...
Less than a week since when?
Less than a week from when we received our...
Okay.
It was less than a week from when we received our denial letter that we reapplied, and there was nothing blocking us. There was nothing saying that it wasn't cleared, so that wasn't something that we ran into, so...
Yeah, so we don't know exactly how that works out. This is from Jeff and Dylanquist. 2111. Thank you guys for being so honest about your failure. You're welcome. This is one potential disruptive stuff in your life plan, and it's tough. It's tough displaying it to the world, but a lot of people will benefit from your experience.
You're welcome. I do want to say that I wish we weren't an example to provide.
Yes, you're right. Of course, we didn't want to have to go through that because it sucked. But we're happy to be able to share that with whoever that needs to, learn about it, experience it. I don't know, but it was not an easy thing to share. We were both so positive and confident that we were going to get an approval, that when we decided to, you know, open up our envelopes in front of everybody, we thought it was going to be like, hooray! And that's not
And it wasn't. Yeah.
That's not how it turned out. But you know, it is life, it is reality, and it does happen. So we're glad to be able to share that disappointment with you. It sucks. It sucks. I hated it. So.
And I want to say I completely understand that France has their standards, and they need to make sure that they let in who they want to let in, and who for the make sure we meet their standards. I just think there was something in the something went awry in the application process that we have no clue what happened. Just don't know, because I think it was good. I think this one we just submitted today was good.
And honestly, we will never
see.
know. And one of the things that the lawyer that we spoke to mentioned, it could also be possible that the agent that looked over our paperwork had already made a decision that they were going to disapprove us. I mean, we don't know. We will never have the proper answer. You know, we could come up with all of these reasons as to why. I mean, really, our minds went there. But, you know, we just got to accept whatever is in front of us. And, you know, there's no sense in trying to figure it out, because we're never going to find out the true answer. All we can do is learn from it, move forward, and hope for the best for the next time. So that's what we're doing. Yeah. Okay. This is from Elizabeth Vane, France. Yeah, hopefully that's right. Geez, so sorry to hear this. This made me realize the Airbnb route to start off is paramount in order to cancel if needed. I'm curious of the French school you signed up for. I think this is an excellent idea to include this in your profile.
Yeah, so I think we already hit up on all these points, but definitely I think Airbnb is good because you can cancel if needed. I'm sure there's other options out there where you could cancel if needed. If you know somebody, that's probably even better, that you can stay with them.
Yeah.
And we did talk about the school already, and that we didn't put that into our application.
We thought it was a good idea, but
we didn't.
But our lawyer told us not to, so we didn't. This is from Timothy McCracken.
I like that name.
Some comments. Number 1, definitely show all of your assets, including stock, savings, etc. Number 2, having your kids pay your mortgage is not going to make a difference, in my opinion. They will look at that as a risk, even with a rental contract. What if your kids decide to stop? You need to demonstrate income and resources to cover your life and your obligations. Number 3, health insurance is key here. Not sure you have been following the news, but there is a big backlash against Americans coming to France and taking advantage of the health insurance system here. You can't leave that to chance. You need to demonstrate that you will not need to rely on French universal health care. Also, please, please, please try to learn French. I was surprised that you were surprised that the letter denying the visas was in French. French is the language of the country, and if you should be able to grasp at least that level of French if you're going to move, and you should be able to grasp at least that level of French if you're going to move to France. Finally, getting denied and trying again is part of the process. I tried to get a mortgage and failed. 2 years later, I tried again and succeeded. Persistence and humility are key.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for that long thought out message, and I'll if it's okay, I'll go through them. And number 1, showing all your assets. I think we did this time, so I think we're going to be good. Having your kids pay the mortgage with the kids, we crossed that out. We didn't show any of that.
It was suggested by a lot of people, but we didn't do that.
The lawyer just said, no, don't talk about it. Health insurance. So what we have is travel insurance that we purchased. However, through my pension provider, we will have medical insurance that that will reimburse us for expenses that we have in France. So separately, we have a whole other insurance policy, and we won't be relying on the French system for the year that we're there.
Yes.
So we won't be a burden on French society for sure.
We are fully aware of that backlash that is happening, and we do not plan on taking advantage of any of that. They tell us what they require from us, we provide it, and the French won't let you in anyway if you don't have any of that requirements met. So
And then he talks about learning French. We really want to.
We do.
And we're going to try. We're going to do our best. Mary Jane already speaks 2 languages. I've been taking French for a year and a half. I feel like I've been struggling. I'm really looking forward to growth once we get there. And I want to explain why we're surprised to receive the letter in French. Yes, we're applying to a French country, but when we apply, everything that we understood is when you apply in your home country, we apply completely in our
English.
in our language, and I know when you reapply in France, you have to completely reapply in French, and I would expect the reply to be in French, I guess, because the application here, everything is in English. It was just a quick surprise, and it wasn't a.
We weren't dismissing how important that was. I mean,
No.
and also we've been doing a lot of research in regards to learning about applying, and we have had a lot of people that have shared them receiving their visas being approved, and nobody said, I don't recall anybody saying that it was written in French. So it wasn't, I didn't expect it. So I think that's why we were shocked. I mean, it makes plenty of sense and we totally understand. And we're not expecting that, oh, well, it should be in English. We don't expect that. No. It was just a surprise.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we totally have full intentions to learn to speak French, to be able to communicate with the French people. That's very important to us. It might not have showed that during our video. And of course it didn't, because we couldn't understand it that well. But we definitely are going to be doing our best and trying. Will probably take us years before we get to that point where we can, read a letter and just be like, oh, this is exactly what it says. But, we are definitely going to be trying. Mm-hmm. This is from Tuyet Fam 8239. I thought the French minimum wage requirement is 17,000 euro per person, right? Thank you for your video. Very informative.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think you're right. It's around 17,000 euros, and then for 2 people, about 1.5-ish. And like I said, don't know why we had much more than that. Although as of today, the value of the dollar went down a little. I've never watched so much the value, the euro to dollar value hasn't
been. It's important.
The dollar value has been going down just recently.
It affects us.
Definitely affects us. Yeah.
All right. This is from Bodili C. Be aware that France are considering now to stop the carte vitale for expats. France is struggling to finance the medical and are seriously talking about stopping this benefit. Be prepared that you will most likely have to fund your own medical coverage moving forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think, because the carte vitale is basically the medical card, for those that don't know. And I don't think it's true that they're stopping the medical. I think what they want to do is have a path to be able to pay for it, because there's currently not a path to charge somebody for that to pay anything, right? Right now, with the treaty between the United States and France, we show up and we're able to use it. But like we said before, we aren't. We will
not be dependent on that.
We're not going to be using that.
Okay. This is from Lainey Loves France. I'm so disappointed for you both. I'm not sure what happens next when you're denied. Like, how do you know how to reapply differently? Do you have your 90-day rental already booked? We will be applying for our visa very soon. We have our move date set for mid-April 2026 and a 90-day rental booked in Besançon. I'm hoping you're successful in your next application. Thank you. We just applied exactly the same way that we applied before. There isn't... With more information. That's really the only difference, is that instead we just went in with a little bit more information in regards to our financial stuff. And we do have our Airbnb booked for starting in January when we go there, all the way up until May. Mm-hmm. So, and that's very important. You have to be able to prove that you will have somewhere to stay during the times that you're there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with a minimum of 3 months. Yeah. This is from Tino1761.
We have 2 more.
2 more. Hang in there. Sorry, folks, that it did not work out from the first try. Honestly, I thought that the denial was based on the travel insurance and not your income. I suggest that you provide any and all financial investment statements that you have: IRA, 401k, brokerage, CD, savings account, etc. Also, I'm very surprised that TLS consultant did not bring it to your attention that your income is insufficient. Good luck in your journey to France.
I'll tell you, our income wasn't insufficient. No way it was. So now
We just didn't show enough, apparently.
we didn't show any of our savings. So now we showed the savings, and I think we're going to be good. Yeah. And as far as travel and the medical insurance, we've talked about that. We have travel insurance plus our medical.
Okay, last one. All right. Well,
Actually, that was it. We didn't have two more. We only had just one more.
The last one we thought was actually the last one that we thought was a question was actually one of our replies.
Yeah. So the last time we had applied, it took exactly 2 weeks until our passports arrived to our house. Exactly 2 weeks from today is Christmas Day, so I don't think they'll arrive on Christmas Day, so it may push it out a little. Don't know. And then our flights are out on January 7th. Boy, oh boy, we're cutting it short here.
Yeah.
If we have to adjust, we'll adjust. If we don't get our visas, we're still planning on going for 3 months.
Yes, for sure.
And we're going to visit, and we're going to have fun, and then we'd have to come home before 90 days is up. But that's, if that happens, that happens.
Thank you all so very much for the comments. Again, we really, really appreciate the community that is building within the Wander Forward channel. Is really exciting to see. We're so grateful for all of your just words of encouragement and suggestions. We really, really appreciate all of those comments. I really enjoyed this Q&A session right here. So if you have any more questions, let us know. We will be happy to gather all of them and do another Q&A session like this. And again, I'm just so grateful.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We love this. We love the subscriptions.
Yes, please subscribe and like and share and comment. It really helps our channel so that it can reach other people that are going through the same thing or are looking for answers for the same questions that we and other people have about going to France. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing this time with us. Until the next video, my name is Mary June.
And I'm Jake.
Bientôt.
Au revoir.